to find something that's ultimately back within yourself.
Working on that confidence and trust in myself.
To know when to forefront your own voice and your own ideas.
Courage is built in the doing.
And knowing that we have the same power in us.
The first thing that we set out to do was to try to deeply understand the professional landscape, to get an in-depth understanding of what is the reality for contemporary dancers today. It's changed dramatically because of improvements in digital technologies, it's changed dramatically because of audiences, it's changed dramatically because of society changing. We really have come with something very new, but something that we believe accurately reflects and replicates the realities of the professional landscapes and the changes in wider society that we want to see mirrored in our educational spaces.
I think the main aim of the course is to innovate the industry, to be brave to make it something that they want it to be, because they are the new generation of creators, artists, makers, thinkers. They have this year where they have been immersing themselves and collaborating with incredible people. Many of the students will come with their own expectations of themselves, and what I find really exciting is when they are exposed to one of the projects and suddenly they realize, wow, I had no idea that this is even possible.
I think the opportunity to be so collaborative was really useful for me because I didn't feel like I'd been able to be so openly collaborative before and have as much of a voice as I did. And then it also brought out a lot of new interests in me. There's so many different roles that you're going to need to take on as an artist nowadays. This really allows you to put yourself in each one of them, and each unit is focused on a different way of looking at it. It's kind of like a freelance year, but just under the safety of being in an institution. Something that I have developed over this year has been my confidence in myself, and then that's translated out into like being able to lead people in a group and being able to be led properly. To have leadership in dance, I need to have leadership in myself.
I think that something that leads us to adaptability is being versatile. We keep on innovating the course because we keep on checking in with industry active people. So we're just programming very diverse amount of projects and different avenues within the field so they can just be tested and learn the skills in the studio while practicing. And we want to kind of replicate that year of very full freelance year, but with the support of the school, of the university. So we want them to have done everything at least once before. So when they're suddenly exposed to it, it doesn't create panic, and they can lean back on that knowledge.
We're not just looking at the artistic development, but also looking at the professional development. How to collaborate meaningfully, how to direct and lead their own work and their own ideas and the themes that are most pertinent to them as an individual. When you're working on film, on stage, site-specific, immersive. It will have very different requirements, very different working environments, professionally as well as artistically. And so we believe that the best way to be ready for that is to have had the first experiences of those different modes of performance and those different professional environments. And simultaneously, we want the students to be prepared for developing their own ideas and their own work.
There's something in how the students have to curate the launch of their freelancing career that allows them to really decide for themselves what types of activities they want to invest their time in and how they would like to use the support of an industry active mentor and their tutor on the course team to seek out professional opportunities and to develop themselves as performers and artists.
I think the role that mentors can have on artists is that you're getting to exchange with someone else who's also figuring things out and making tough decisions. So this third unit that happens during the summertime, I've had the chance to connect with my mentor in person, to develop my own opinions and my own perspectives on how I want my creative practice and my movement practice to exist. The sense of kind of finding it for yourself, within yourself is really special and something that I think is hard to find on your own. So it's this sense of like community and everyone kind of going through this experience together to find something that's ultimately back within yourself. You are encouraged to think for yourself and feel that you have independence and autonomy, but it doesn't mean that there's nobody who can assist you when you need it, because then that just leaves more room for yourself to thrive.
We really curate which artists we feel will be able to create the most dynamic, engaging, challenging, and motivationally safe environments for our students to develop in. With our mentors, sometimes that means really working hard to identify which mentors will bring the most benefits for each individual student.
Something that we try to do in Unit 3 is to give them that sense of weightlessness. Having a mentor there to encourage you gives you permission to take that risk. They don't necessarily give you the answer or give you like a secret formula. They give you permission to use the keys that you've had all along. Just having another voice saying, yep, that's the thing, go there, do it, you'll be fine.
We want the artists who study with us to be the change makers of the future in terms of creating really positive motivational working climates. And that takes them having experiences of different working climates, hopefully all positive in the motivational sense, but encountering different leadership styles within that so that they can discern what works best for them, but also have the criticality and the psychological flexibility to understand that different people work best under different circumstances.
I think they become problem solvers, they become strategic thinkers, they become speaking, thinking dancer. They become an individual that is not afraid to be in a community.
But I've had a new sense of what is good for me. I've become a better learner. I'm now less afraid because I've been exposed to daunting things in little bits at a time.
I would say just to trust the process. As long as you put the effort in and be yourself, things will come. It really changed my perspective on what I can do, what I can go into.
We are excited when we see our students blossoming into the leaders and change makers that we believe will set the best standards in our area of the arts through the process of identifying this ambitious plan to make a really relevant course for freelance performing artists. We're really trying to work with individuals and to help them discern and identify how what is meaningful for them has the potential to be meaningful for others.